Disclaimer, copyrights enforced. The following is based on true events, facts, fiction, second-party observations, nonsense, hearsay, bullshit. You be the judge. One thing we guarantee is 100% pure entertainment. All names, places, persons, and things, etc. have been changed for privacy issues. This show is R-rated, may contain obscene language, nudity, not for persons under 18. Please listen responsibly. I'm ready, bros. I'm ready. Welcome, Blow Hard, Talk Hard here today with myself, Julian, and
Rymer here on deck. How are we doing there, listeners?
The listeners, did they reply to you?
They're doing well.
I'm waiting. Yes,
we're
good.
The crowd goes wild. The internet explodes.
Unfortunately, Sabrina couldn't make it last minute. What's that? We're using baseball logic?
Yeah, she's staying home for the, she's recovering for the World Series. The
World
Dodgers.
Series. What's when a guy plays baseball and last minute he doesn't play? What's that? Like, because he got like a tummy ache, for example. What do they call it? Is he scratched? Okay. Yeah. So last minute today, she texted. She's scratched from today's lineup.
Yeah. She's warming up for next week's.
Next week's. That's right. Next week, big interview with Todd, the boss. Todd is, I guess, in the industry, 25 years as manager, we'll call it, in the strip club industry.
Yeah, it's gonna be fantastic, listeners. You got to check that out.
Yeah.
He is a legend here in the city. And
he knows his shit about all kinds of strip clubs, strippers. It's going to be good. It's going to be very good. And he's going to inform us on what's going on with the COVID laws and how they're cheating certain people and how some people are benefiting. Funny fact, I was just because of him. Last week we got shut down in Toronto, correct?
Yeah.
Friday was the night.
They closed it at midnight.
But then you could drive to Steeles and whatever, or say Young, and go to the Jack Astor's up there. They're all open.
Yeah.
So 20 minutes on the Allen, you're up there, you can go to Jack Astor's, Moxie's, whatever. So, but this week, they closed them. I keep forgetting his name. What's his name? The mayor or Doug Ford, Rob Ford, who cares? Anyways.
The mayor, John Tory.
John, you know what he said? Okay, you guys, because people were going up there, they realized this, so they shut them down. He goes, but we're going to shut them down on Monday. And people are like, why? Why Monday? Everybody shut down on Friday. He goes, give them time to eat the food that they bought. So it doesn't sit in the fridge.
That's good logic if there has to be any.
Well, my buddy Johnny goes at the Thirsty Fox. He goes, well, why didn't we get till Monday to sell our extra chicken wings and
thank you very much.
Give it away to people because we had to close Friday.
Were they able to do takeout and delivery here, or did they solid close?
No, you're allowed to do delivery. It's back to the patio and to the takeout delivery again. But the thing is, that night there, why didn't they give them 2 more nights like the way they did inside?
That would have been fair.
It would have, but then they change these rules as he goes along. I think he gets ideas.
I was hearing that some smaller communities are now posting, Toronto, do not come and visit our town. I don't know which ones
before they did this.
Because now they're getting these. Toronto showing up into Brampton or Burlington or whatever it is.
Well, up the street, like I said, it's a 20-minute drive. We can go get bombed if we wanted to. And, if you're in Toronto, it's an Uber's $30. So that was very dumb originally. I don't get how they didn't think about that.
Right. Because this is a political decision, never the best thought out. Just kind of, who's paying us more?
Well, yeah, again, just if you want to make good decisions, that's just stupid.
Fuckers.
But now, anyways, they shut them down. Are you allowed to drink in Hamilton?
Yeah, but you know what? I was talking to a bar owner whose business is down 75%, and they are kind of like on the ready that they're going to be closed down at any week.
My buddy thinks we're good until the new year for sure.
You know what? That makes sense. Why shut down the businesses? This is the time of year where people are now going to start spending money, right? Thanksgiving is over, and now you're going to start building up towards Christmas, and that's the busiest time. You don't want to shut down business before Christmas. Right?
Well, yeah,
January, maybe.
Those are the fun times, but I think this year's is totally different. People are going to be very, come on, you think, not like before, where are you going to go?
Where are you going to go?
No strip clubs, no nothing, no steakhouses, they're not open.
Entertainment shut down.
Yeah.
Period.
So then what?
You can go to the drive-in movie theater in December? I don't know.
Skating.
Ice skating, yeah.
Are you allowed to, is that open? Is that City Hall thing going to be there? What about Halloween they were talking about?
Halloween's happening.
The kids are going to come to the door?
Kids are going to come to the door.
I close the lights in my house and fuck give nobody nothing.
Because they're already, you got to wear a mask. What better time of year to wear a mask than Halloween?
Gotcha, yeah.
I think you're supposed to wear mask on mask is the rule.
That's the rule?
Yeah,
I'm closing my lights and pretending nobody's home.
And then BC, I think in British Columbia they have this idea of like having, or maybe it's a Canadian-wide idea of having a candy slide.
Are you kidding?
No, so you can
They do that in New York
candy.
for the crack, the old, those high rises.
There you go, see?
Knock.
So,
give them a signal, two. That's, you know,
hey kid, you want candy or you want candy?
Yeah, and they would shuffle it down the chutes.
Yeah.
Seriously.
And if you go back, candy's waiting for you, for your daddy.
There's no reason to go trick-or-treating. Seriously? They're really going to do it?
Yeah, they're going to go trick-or-treating. It's going to happen.
What about Santa Claus parade?
And they're suggesting you put the candies, I mean, this is going to air after Halloween, right?
What did you just say?
But for the candy, you're supposed to put like a couple of candies in a little baggie.
Oh, fuck
right?
yeah.
So,
oh, man. So usually I would go to Walmart and buy 3-4 boxes of those chocolates. I hate when people when I was young, getting a candy or a lollipop. I wanted chocolate bars, those little... nice.
If you found a house with a chocolate bar, you put the word
It's
out on the street.
a good score, yeah.
Yeah, hey, check out number 165.
I'd go to fucking Walmart. I'd go to Walmart and just buy like nice, because I think about me when I was a kid. And I'd buy 4 boxes of chocolate and give it to the kids, let them eat.
I give them a handful. Going, yeah, you want some chocolate?
Eat.
Here you go, kid.
But there's not like kids like when we were growing up, there was way more kids as opposed to now.
I feel there was more kids.
There was way more kids.
And that's when you only got one piece of candy. Did you get one? Because it seemed like when we went to the door, we got one piece of candy. The worst candy to get was like when they give you the rockets or those orange and caramel ones.
Chewables.
You know?
Fuck.
Yeah, that
nobody gave out apples, Pat.
I got the odd apple. Those are
Okay.
That's true. There was an odd apple.
In Toronto or in Calgary, where you guys are from?
Calgary.
Because I was going to say, nobody's giving out apples.
Yeah, statistically, no one's really ever poisoned an apple from it.
But this year they want me to actually, get 2 little chocolate bars, put them in a plastic bag, and what does that do?
Exactly.
If my hands are fucked up and dirty or whatever, touching the chocolate, touching the bag, putting them in a bag with another bag to give out to you.
Yeah, don't cough over the candies before you give them to the kids.
Because they're already wrapped from the actual stores.
So the kids are going to open up the candy. The kids should be wearing rubber gloves when they're opening.
They should be wearing those suits like when you go.
Yeah, a hazmat suit.
Yeah.
All the kids should be dressed in hazmat suits this year.
And then and then you should leave the candies like in like something so they could decontaminate if there is any something on.
Like some light. What is that? Like that blue light or something like that. That's supposed to kill
any bacteria and germs. Yeah, to kill it. Then the kid can have it.
See, now if you're looking for a stock investment, that would be it, like a blue light candy disinfectant.
Yes, the fucking $300 of a fucking.
Hey kid, you want a trick or treat or a cure for COVID?
There, you know what? Again, no
treats.
brainer. You guys, like you said, we just talked. Like I was saying, why don't you just shut down the restaurants because it makes no sense. They're gonna drive up anyways. Yeah. Now, Halloween, seriously. That's the kids need to do that.
This is a weird thing. This is a weird idea floating about right now. I don't know if it's weird per se, but the idea of herd immunity. So if all the young kids are immune to it because they've gotten the illness, right? Somehow that's going to protect the herd.
I get it in the long run.
So maybe this Halloween thing might be good. All the kids get sick.
No, that's not good at all. It's not good.
They bring it home.
They could just skip it. You know what? Actually, my buddy at the Thirsty Fox, I went by today, and they're building a patio, but a closed structure, so they could keep the heat in.
Yeah.
And people could sit out there without freezing their ass with heaters, whatever. But that's not the point. One of the guys who was working there on it is Portuguese, but I don't know all these Portuguese guys. But he also works for the city cleaning the parks.
Okay.
And he goes at that park down when they did the big
protest.
Yes.
Wait, which protest? The mass protest? We went Dundas Square?
No. The one at the park, Bellwoods.
Bellwood, yeah.
So there's 60 people tents there camped, he told me. Is that true?
I don't hang out at the park much.
I think they're all gone.
He told me they're there now. And he goes, the tents are all there perfectly. People put their little couches there, all these like little hipsters.
Right.
He goes, that's a drug tent. You see some girl walking in, another one walking out. And he goes, they get 3 meals a day delivered to them by some fucking... He goes, half these people don't belong here. Like, they're not homeless.
No.
But they're using it as a camping party place. The guy goes, I'm outside sweeping or trying to gather the grass, whatever. And he hears a guy on a cell phone. Yeah, just come down to the park later. We'll hang out and have a drink.
No, that's brilliant.
Have you seen them down there, Pat?
I've seen them in...
He goes, today there's 60...
Grove, Bellwood, some of them left. There's one right on Queen and Dufferin. There's one in this little park.
Bellwoods, he said there was 60 tents as we speak.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of different ones.
And the cops can't do nothing about it. And he goes, one guy, there's a
The
few.
shelters are all closed, so that's
Exactly.
one thing, so they have to let them go somewhere.
Well, that's why he goes, they can't get rid of them. But number one, he goes, half of them don't belong there. They're not homeless.
No, I think some are just having a great time.
They're having a great time. And he was saying that, the drug. I go, really? There's a drug tent? He goes, oh, you could tell the guys who have the drugs in their little tents. They got the nicer sofa. They got like the.
They got a chill out lounge.
They got like a little bit of like the.
an open bar if you pay club fees.
The tent is like I don't know what color's the tent. Like say it's red. His has got like the fucking nice.
The red tent district.
Yeah, it's fucking it's designed nicely. I'm like, fuck, and they're allowing this. He goes, yep. And they got somebody on a cart bringing them 3 meals a day.
That's fuck. It sounds like
Where the fuck
urban
am
camping. Shangri-La is Burning Man at the park. You're right.
Fuck, we're all missing out on everything here, man.
I should rent out my backyard to a couple tents.
Yeah.
Make a couple bucks and they can order
they
their Uber Eats.
They're not paying. They're just there for free. You can't rent. They're not going to pay you. They're there to just take up your space.
Might need a place in the winter. But that tent thing is actually something that we need to deal with. Like we have. It's put out the social issues we have right on the street. We need to deal with that.
Yeah, but
winter's coming.
His version is half of them do not belong there. They're just spoiled young guys, whatever they are. I don't know what the term is.
Able-bodied.
They're hustlers. They're definitely not. Well, the guys selling the drugs are hustlers. Yes.
Yes.
The other guys are more like they're just fucking dumb hobos, but
Hustler hobos.
hustlers.
Hustlabos.
But anyways, moving on. You know what? That's a good topic. The hustler. What's a hustler?
What is a hustler, man? Like there's a lot of definitions for hustler. I think first thing I think of what comes to mind when I think of hustler.
Don't say me.
Not well.
Oh,
okay.
you're looking at me pointing. I go, what are you pointing at me for?
Yeah. Well, other than yourself and
I'm
myself.
not a hustler, but go on.
I think of the great Paul Newman and Jackie Gleason in the movie The Hustler, the pool.
Pool?
Yeah.
Okay, that's hustling.
That's hustling, but there was a hustler in that, right?
Okay,
It
but
was
that
all
was a
about a
specific. That was a specific game of pool that they hustled. Yeah, everybody
Yeah.
hustled.
There's a hustle.
In pool, yes.
I think if you hustle in pool, you're a hustler.
So basically, the hustle is a person who figures out scams,
yeah.
and that's why he's under the category hustler.
Yeah.
Pool is a hustle, but under the category of hustle.
Yes. So like maybe I'm making some
If you had
money.
a grid, you could put hustle at the top, and then you would fill in the grid with all kinds of scams.
Yeah. There's the male prostitute, like back in the day, the hustler. There's the great.
Male prostitute back in the day.
I know that's what they're called, hustlers. No.
I think they're called gigolos.
Well, maybe also gigolos and.
American Gigolo with Richard Gere, the movie.
That's a good movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, very good movie. What was that? Yeah, he was a prostitute.
I think he's
wasn't
trying to hustle just to make some money. So I think if there's money on the line, you're trying to get some quick money. That's what I think of sometimes.
he? A hustler's whole point is to make money. So
Generally,
I don't
yeah.
know, like to make money, but not to be a prostitute.
Or how about the late great Larry Flint?
He had a Hustler magazine. He
That's
wasn't
right.
he hustled at the time to get the idea. Okay, my definition of a hustler is a person who creates opportunities for himself.
Also,
Right? Because you could have one or two hustles on the go.
Yeah.
And you make a little bit of money on each little scam you got going on, or legitimate
that
little
doesn't
thing
even need to
going
be a
on.
scam. Sometimes
Doesn't have
you've
to
got
be
a project
scam.
going on. You got a little hustle, which
Little hustle. So-
implies that you're putting some effort into it.
Yeah, that's why Larry Flint called his magazine, I guess, Hustler, because he figured he was the beginning of porn, in my opinion.
Yeah, the modern day age of porn.
Well, he was hardcore. Like Playboy showed you side boobs,
yeah, and he showed you
pink pussy.
pink pussy. He showed the lips.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he used to airbrush all the lady bits, as Playboy would call
Does
it.
Playboy still do that?
I don't.
Do they
even
still
know if-
make Playboy?
Does it even exist?
Branding online.
I don't think it's. I don't. Yeah, because all that shit's online, man.
But so there is a Playmate of the Month and all that kind of stuff.
It's different.
Probably, yeah.
If you look at it, it's hard to explain.
All right, I'll take a look at it. Playboy.
Yeah, but I don't think it's in print.
Huh?
I don't know if it's in print anymore.
Do they still make those magazines?
No, it's all digital now.
So yeah, no, those were interesting.
Shit, that's gotta be tough for the guy who doesn't have access to the internet. Just going, man, get me some.
I just remember going to the corner store and all those
Yeah.
magazines behind the Chinese guy would look at you, the Asian guy, and go, and you just trying to look at some whatever kind of magazines you had, right?
Yeah, and they had I remember I thought it was called OUI, but it was actually We, O-U-I.
Oh,
Yeah. I remember asking a buddy going, hey man, let's get that OUI magazine. It's like, yeah. And he went up to the counter, he had like the best fake stash, well not fake stash, he had like a peach fuzz stash, and he was like almost old enough, like, can I get a OUI magazine? His voice also breaking, like when we were teenagers.
Oh, wow. I forgot about that.
But also had the little black bits. It had the black bits covering sometimes the vagina, right? Because
like the stars.
Yeah, this was like
I got
Europe or
it.
some shit,
Yeah,
right?
they do that.
So you had to use your imagination. Go, fuck, when you progress from the Sears catalog to
the Sears catalog. Yeah, any kind of nudity. No, but that's okay. That's the magazine. But a hustler, like, is a guy who creates opportunity. Yes.
Yeah.
That's to me.
I think that is the hustler, a guy who's looking for some, huh?
Or a girl like this.
Yeah, of course, guys and girls. A girl could be a hustler. She's got 10 guys on the go,
Yeah.
telling them she loves them all. In the meantime, she hates everybody but gets her money.
So we're saying it doesn't necessarily need to be money. It's just you have something on the go.
But it's always about money. Why would I want anything on the go if there's no money in my pocket? People like, look at it this way. Why you look? Oh God, I wish we had a camera to show your face, man. You look so like confused there. Why would I hustle? Why would I hustle unless I gain something, which is usually 99% money. I'm not going to gain a free bag of chips and a can of Coke for life. Who was that? Oh, you get free hot dogs every day. I was like, one guy for life. Remember that show?
Yeah.
But no Coke, too expensive. Just hot dog. Like, you don't hustle to get that.
No, you got a hustle. A hustle usually has an economic. When I was a kid in school, in like elementary school, in grade 6, made a discovery that there was at the end of the month, the Red Rooster was a corner store. They would have to get rid of their baked goods because the new stuff came in, so they're all expired.
Okay.
So me and a buddy noticed that they were throwing the baked goods out. So we're like, well, why don't we just, they're going to the garbage, why don't we just take them? So we came to school one day with a fucking
That's a little scam, a little hustle, yes.
So
Perfect.
then people were willing to pay us 25, 50 cents for these like little mini donuts and the eclairs and shit like that. So we had a little hustle going on.
There you go. That's a hustle.
That is a hustle.
You get 2 or 3 of those kind of things going on every time you get paid.
Boom.
But did you get paid in what?
We probably made like maybe $20.
No, but you got paid in money, not when your facial expression before was like.
Well, what the fuck? Of course, it's money. It's coming down to money. What else are you gonna hustle for?
Well,
Maybe you can hustle. Yeah.
No, there's
sex,
nothing but profit.
a little booty.
And yeah, that was the only thing that you could say I'll change for.
Yeah.
It's either money. You know what? Instead of giving me $100, okay, give me 5 blowjobs.
That could also happen. That's also a. Is that a hustle?
That's me. No. The payment's there. I hustled the payment.
Yeah.
Whatever I did, but now instead of taking the payment, I'll barter you for the money. That's just me being an idiot, bro. I'm just fucking with you. That's not a hustle.
So let's say you're a girl or maybe a guy. So you're a guy and you're like, well, man, I'm gonna hustle some. What about that expression? I'm gonna go hustle for some.
Nobody
pussy.
talks like that. First of all.
No, don't they?
Nobody goes and says, I'm gonna go hustle for some pussy. Who the fuck says that? A hustler, I told you, is a person who creates his own opportunity.
Trying to work out a scenario here for the sake of comedy, and I realize it's only working in the studio, so I'm going to sanitize my hands on that.
Yeah.
Washing my hands
I'm
on that
hustle
subject.
for some, the way listeners, he was shaking his hands like, I'm going to hustle for some pussy. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you, man? Holy. A hustler, again, and he creates 2 or 3 on the go, a good hustler.
Yeah, I was thinking Midnight Cowboy, John Voight. Exactly.
Stop relating to, our listeners are not 100 years old to know these movies from the 60s.
That was the 70s. That was in 69. It won an Oscar.
Okay.
Yeah,
anyways.
digressing.
John Voight won an Oscar in 69. Okay, everybody? Happy? Let's move on. Again, what you did as a child was a hustler. And the thing is, the funny thing is, you didn't even realize you did it. It just popped in your head. That's what makes a good hustler. Opportunity. You just listen, you hear something, wait a minute, your mind triggers.
Yeah.
That's a hunter.
I see a truckload of, I don't know.
No, that's a thief.
No, you go, hey, listen, there's a truckload of frozen hams. The truck's broken down. They need to get rid of these hams. I bet I could sell them, for $20 because they're going to throw them out anyway. So let's start moving the, I don't know, you see an opportunity, you find a way to make some money.
That's exactly what it is. You hear something, you listen, you know what, I could do it. And you figure it out. And a good hustler's usually got 2, 3 things going on. And you could be a hustler with real estate. You could buy a place, fix it up, sell it, make a little bit of money. You do 2, 3 of those, you're making yourself good money. A hustler doesn't have to be a bad guy, does he? No.
No, why?
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Do I
don't think a hustler's a bad guy.
Do I need Sabrina here to tell me no or yes?
No.
So
You know,
as a hustler, he can be good too, right? He's a good hustler.
Well, I don't know why we're putting good or bad on the title of being a hustler.
Because people, I think, stigmatize as a hustler being bad.
Nah, I'm a hustler.
Shady.
I got a hustle going on.
So is a drug dealer a hustler?
Maybe
I think
if they're hustling.
differentiate between a hustler and say a con man. That's the.
There's a big difference there, Pat. You're right. I'll give you that. Because a con man's looking for to scam you.
Yeah, that has got dirty incentives.
I don't like those. Yeah, we're not talking about that. I'm talking about the guy who makes money using his head,
Yes.
being like going for the taking advantage kind of.
Sometimes he has to flaunt. Maybe he rides the law.
Well, that's what I was just about to tell Rymer. I was going to say, is he? He could be bad too, because would he burn his own friend to make $100?
I wouldn't call that. Wow, shit. You could be a hustler and do that, but then now you're also an asshole.
That's exactly the point. If you break it down, the category, I'm telling you, I was thinking about this. I even made notes, which I forgot, obviously. But a hustler is a good thing, a good guy, but he's also a manipulator too, right? He could be a liar, he could be a cheat, he could be a...
A hustler kind of knows the art of war, if you will.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't want to say this about me, but somebody one time called me a hunter. And I go, what does that mean? They go, you don't even realize you're doing it, but you do it all the time. And I go, oh, okay. Kind of felt insulted.
No, that sounds like an advanced hustler.
Yeah, but imagine somebody saying, but the thing is, they're trying to basically say, you're a hunter. You always look for prey. But it's like, I'm not looking for prey. You just do it naturally. Like the way a hot broad knows she's hot.
Yeah.
She walks in a bar, all eyes are on, she knows it. So she doesn't even think about it.
I wouldn't take hunter as an insult, man. You think about, if you actually take a hunter and you go, this is, someone in their element who's now going to go forage for, let's say, food. You're going to go hunt moose.
Yeah,
right?
Of course.
There's a certain skill. You got to understand your nature, the animal's nature, your surroundings. There's a lot of complex
my
things
animal
happening.
name is, what's that animal sign? Alligator.
Oh, where did you do this? Like an online quiz?
I think so. And then it said, once you take your bite into something, you never let it go. And I started laughing. I was like, that's kind of me.
It's very accurate.
Yeah, it seems that way. But you know what? Let's take a little break and we'll come back and I have some other points to add.
All right, well, it is getting colder outside, but it is getting hot in the Blowhard studio. We love watching our numbers increase. We love hearing from you. We love all of it. So please like, subscribe, tell your friends. Listen with them, have a chat. And if you have any questions, shoot them to us. We want to hear them. DM us on Instagram, message us on Facebook, or you can just go to the website, Blowhard Talk Hard, and message us there, or email us, blowhardtalkhard@gmail.com. Anyway, we love you. Sabrina out.
Welcome back, listeners. Rymer, you're back with us. You've been on that phone for a while.
Well, because we were just talking during the break there about, more about hustlers, and then it came up, that great movie, well, a great movie, it was a good movie with 50 Cent, Get Rich or Die Trying.
Oh, it's a very good movie. Very good movie. Yeah.
The Hustler Ambition was like...
he was a drug dealer in that movie.
Yeah, I think 50 Cent was a drug dealer in life, wasn't he, growing up? Then he went to prison and shit like that. He got...
50 Cent went to prison for selling... He did?
Yeah.
He got shot, right?
Yeah.
I'm not much into but a great movie. But he was a hustler. Of course, any drug dealer, in my opinion, is a hustler, man. He had a whole crew. He set it all up. He's a drug dealer to me is a hustler. But what does that Google say?
Then when we went further, and the Urban Dictionary defines the hustler ambition is the determination or drive that gets a hustler going to get what they want, whether it's love,
agreed.
money, sex, drugs, or feeling of belonging. Yeah, or a person growing up with a hard life on the streets, a hustler having an ambition to do what they want. That is hustler ambition.
I agree, because if you just lie on the couch all day, you get nothing. But if you lie on the couch, get some ideas, and you actually do what you're thinking, that's a hustle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you could apply that. It's not just a dark and seedy. Like we were talking earlier about the...
Yeah, I never said, first of all, it was just a bad
No, but that's
people.
what it came up. Like we get the idea of is a con man a hustler? I guess a little bit, right?
See, a con man, I think his mind is ready to try to fuck you to get what he wants. Mm-hmm. That makes him, in my opinion, bad.
But he gets what he wants, but he's doing it more with unscrupulous means. Like
Maybe,
he's
yeah,
a
but
little
maybe he
conniving
fucks
and-
you in the process.
Yeah, he has no care about anybody but himself.
Exactly. That's why it makes him, I think, bad.
Yeah, I think con men are the worst.
Yes. Not playing pool. Oh, I'm not that good. All of a sudden, he runs the table.
Yeah.
You know, that's
so
what,
is a pool shark or a shark another way of saying hustler
or con man.
or con man?
He's
Yeah.
a con man because he's lying. He's not, a hustler's not lying to you. He's not trying to fool you. He's telling you this is the deal.
Yeah.
And from that deal you agreed on, he makes a few bucks. Being it a real estate property, fixing it up, or a car, buying it, fixing it, selling it.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that.
I think a hustler just has a little bit more ambition going, hey,
Yeah.
this house is for sale. I'm going to give you a great price on it. Let's move it. Let's move quick so I can make some money and move on.
There
to
you
the
go.
next
That's
project.
a good, yeah.
That's
Con
my
man,
idea of a-
con man might try to buy that same house, try to use shit parts, fucking make more money because he used instead of this.
Or worse yet, he doesn't even own the house, tries to sell you the house, takes the
That's
money
the
and
guys
runs.
that we really need.
That's the guy who ends up.
The guy who puts his, he's
Broken
he
legs.
signs off his Mercedes to get a loan to 20 different people.
Yes.
And he gets to get loans. And in the meantime, the car is owned by 20 different people now.
Yeah, and nobody's got any
And
money.
there's no more car. I think everybody got like a piece. Like you got the wheel, he got the.
Yeah, a lug nut.
Funny thing, this is a true story I just said.
No. That sounds like that sounds.
That was a
part hustler.
total con man.
Yeah. I don't think it ends well for the con man. It does not end well for the con man.
In the long run, you only put it this way: walking around always knowing, looking behind your back is not a good way to live.
Yeah, I think psychologically there's also something broken in the con man. That just, because you have to have like no remorse,
That's right.
you know, to be able to just walk through life knowing you're just looking for your next, most likely
Victim.
financial fix.
Victim,
and financial fix.
Yeah.
Because you're obviously not good at saving enough money because this is a career move.
Especially those people that especially those people that take advantage of the old, like those old people and stuff.
Yeah.
Like they take their lives. Who was that? Did I hear that on TV? That the guy was like pretending and he was getting them to sign money. Like it was
Well, the old people are getting taken advantage of. Like those phone calls.
those
You get
phone calls I'm referring to. What was that about though? Like I can't. pick,
One of them was like some
but
of
those
it's
are con.
phone scams.
I even knew a
with
girl.
the-
She's probably is still, and she went to jail
For what?
for doing that exactly, calling Americans
Oh shit.
from here.
Yeah.
And I don't know, getting how whatever her and her boyfriend, and she eventually got caught, and she had to go to jail for like a couple of months or something like that.
What was the nature of how what she did? Did you
I vaguely remember, but I know it was something to do with credit cards. And they were pretending to sell something. I forget. But hers was one like example that I knew a person of. And she was a young girl, 22, pretty smart, but that was her hustle, her and her boyfriend.
Damn.
Or
Yeah.
not their hustle, I guess their con game.
It's no different today. You get that email from
This,
somebody and
this is pretty much today. Like this is like
Yeah.
a year ago she told me this story.
like you got that prince in, where is it? Nairobi
Again?
or something
No,
like this. or
Nigeria, yeah.
Nigeria. You get the guy calling you from India. You get these Chinese phone calls now. I don't know where those are coming from.
I gotta interrupt you on this. Did
What?
you look at our Instagram? We had a message from somebody.
Who was it?
I don't know. He asked, he goes, hey, can you please reply to my DM? So I go, yes, how can I help you? Whatever. I said something stupid probably. And he goes, listen, I know this thing might sound like a scam, but I got kicked out of my house or something. Somebody died. I need some help. I need money. And I'm like, the fuck is this person talking to me? Listeners, no disrespect to anybody out there, but this must have been a joke because like I could, by the time I find it, it'll be too long. But the point is, when you read the message after, it was like, who does this guy, doesn't this guy know who Julian is, that I'm retarded? I would never give him a penny. And this guy's pretty much begging me, that is, then I kept reading, but again, it was a real long paragraph, and I got tired, but then I remember somebody got killed, and I'm like, what the fuck, this guy, I don't even know who this person is. And they're asking Blowhard, that, not me specifically, he messaged Blowhard.
Dear Blowhard.
well, it's Christian actually.
Well, if somebody's playing a joke, no, it wasn't a joke. This person, I think it was serious. But you know what? I might even cut it and post it on Instagram back.
Well, I put the
So
show
the
on
listeners
Instagram.
could hear that I'm not full of shit on this. But he basically said if we can help him, I'll give him some money because somebody died and he's this and he's. Anyways, listeners, I promise when I will cut it and paste it so you guys can look at it and see what it's about.
I'm always suspicious of people who have a story to go with or whatever shit they're dealing with. right? So years ago, I was renting out a room.
Well, that's what people do, though.
Yeah, but they got
the sympathy. You have to feel sorry for
story.
me.
Yeah. You know, they got a sad story. I know I might have talked about this before. There was this guy who's like comes to my house. I had a couple people looking at my place. I need a short-term sublet in my place. And the guy comes over. It was a snowy day. There was a couple of ladies that were going to also show up. They couldn't make it. Transit's down. He shows up with a buddy. His buddy is there to vouch for him. His buddy is telling me a story about his friend about, you know, he just got divorced and he's been on his couch for a few weeks. He was getting his life. He doesn't even say he's getting his life back together. That's what I should have been hearing. Right? He's saying, oh yeah, he's a good guy.
But who is he to vouch for him if you don't know him?
I don't know shit about him. The guy.
So how do I vouch for somebody if you don't know me?
But you know what? One guy seemed like he had his shit together, and the other guy seemed like his life was falling apart.
Because he had a pair of jeans on? Like, why did he have his life together?
You know, he kind of had that light scent of like, you know.
But I'm just saying,
aftershave. But the whole point is,
you can't vouch if you don't know the guy.
No, sure, the guy's life might have been falling apart, but now he's living in my house. He drank all the booze. That's okay. I get it. Sure, help yourself, have a drink. This guy, no, and then, you know, he's like, and then when I came back after the guy left, man, he had like, you know, he was late on his rent. He missed his last rent payment. You know.
He told you that?
No. That's why I discovered, like, after I rented him out my place for like 4 months.
Oh, so you did rent the place out?
I ended up renting out to him because he's the only person who came. But the day that he
and when did he didn't pay you?
He paid me, you know, the first month's rent, and then he didn't pay the last month.
How long did he stay for? Sorry.
Like 4 months.
Why didn't he pay the 2 months?
He was late after that immediately, so he was paying me in the middle of the month, and I was like, cool, he's still paying me, that's good.
Okay, but did he rip you off any money, yes or no?
He didn't, yeah, he ripped me off the $500 that he owed me for the, it was a good time, rent was cheap, it was just a room.
But, so at the end he ripped you off $500?
Yeah.
He didn't make one payment?
No, he made all the payments, but they're all late.
But again, he still paid.
He did, all except for the last one.
Okay, so he wasn't that bad.
But it was always getting later and later, and if I wasn't hounding him or saying, listen...
It was irritating to keep saying,
and I got to the point saying, listen, I'm going to have to ask you to leave. He goes, no, sorry, because his job was just starting. He's starting a new job. Turns out he never had a job.
Yeah. That guy's just one of those guys. People do it all the time. They run through the landlord's upstairs, and they're running through the back.
He had too much of a story. He just like talked too much about his life and his life problems and how he's getting himself together.
Why don't you just look at him and go, come here for a second. Look in my eyes. I don't give a flying fuck about your problems and your story. Give me my rent or get the fuck out.
So was he trying to hustle me or was he trying to con me?
No, he was just a loser.
Yeah.
That guy's just a loser. And for you to rent it out, you didn't see that. He was just a bird.
Yeah. It
guys like that are, you know what? Guys like that are such irritation just to deal with it. You don't even want the money after. You just want him to get the fuck out.
I can't, I don't, if there's too much drama, I don't need that.
It's not worth it after.
It's not.
Whatever you're making a couple of bucks, that's a good point you just said. If the hustle, whatever it is, has too much headaches with it, then it's not worth it. It has to be clean, tight, every week or whatever the thing is, the date agreed upon, whatever, has to be there. Otherwise, if Monday turns into Thursday, Thursday turns into Sunday, then next week, then at the end, it's like, okay, you know what? Enough's enough.
Yeah, there's got to be, that's kind of interesting. It's like, what is the art of the hustle?
I could give more detail, but then I think I'm going to be exposing a lot of nonsense. So I would just rather leave it at that. But of course there is. You know what? The hustle is not worth it if the arrangement is not kept all the time. Because if you start switching it around on the person, now they're doing what you did.
I think a hustle's got to be in, it's got to be out. Everything's taken care of. Nothing's following you after that.
The hustle's got to be there as long as it goes for. But the point is, it's got to stay on path. Once it starts losing its path, its course, and it starts becoming irritation, then it's got to stop. Time to move on.
I got a little side hustle, just a couple bucks coming in here and there.
You need at least 2, 3 at the same time.
Yeah.
One never covers nothing, unless it's a big one.
Yeah, sometimes you just got a little something on the side.
You take a Honda Civic and turn it into a Mercedes, then that's a good hustle. If you could just snap your fingers. Ding, 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 Mercedes now. But you know what? I had some, I think that it's an interesting conversation because we were talking about it earlier, and again, no notes, but there's a lot of good stuff in that regard. I'm
going to ask the listeners out there, what is your idea of a hustle and a hustler? Yeah, share with us.
I'd like to hear that too. Just keep in mind, it's not always a drug dealer. Be creative. I really want to know what a real good hustle is.
Yeah, it's not always a scammer or a drug dealer. It's like, who's a hustler? What's a hustler?
Is it a hardworking guy that just hustles and goes to work all the time? If you have 2 full-time jobs, remember that other guy that used to work at that hotel, was it? He worked like 2 full-time jobs. What was his name? Peter?
Sure.
Okay. Is that a hustler?
Probably.
Or is that a guy who's got no choice? Otherwise, he's not
Oh,
going
he's hustling to make some money, yeah.
No, because he needs that extra paycheck to pay the money to live, maybe. So
Maybe.
is that a hustler, or he's a hard worker because otherwise he won't be able to pay his mortgage? Is that,
Well, a hustler can be a hard. I think you got to have put a little bit of work, a little extra work that other people are not putting in to get something.
No, the wrong category.
No.
Again, wrong category.
I know. I think so.
I work 2 jobs to sustain a lifestyle, my bills, etc. Otherwise, I would work 1 job and sustain my lifestyle. And then the hustle is the fun part.
Right. So maybe those jobs are funding your hustle.
Yeah. Now we're gonna go offside again on that. No, we can't really keep going because then we start blow hard, talk hard. Turns out to be fucking.
A little side hustle.
It's a hustle, guys. But I'm actually gonna post that thing.
But I think hardworking. I think there's something who's like, man, that guy is hustling. That you could also say that like that's someone who's working hard
for sure
to get some shit.
Put it this way: if you don't move your ass in life, hard work or whatever you want to call it, you're not gonna end up with much, anyways.
Yeah.
No.
You don't have a good work ethic.
Yeah,
Your hustle's gonna
hard work. Call it what you want. You need that because without anything, I hate those people who think they're gonna come knocking on the door. Oh, by the way, here it is. Here's your cash for life, whatever the fucking thing was.
Yep.
Like you got to get off your ass and make something, create something. Because when people say there's no work out there, there's always a job out there. You just don't want to go do it. Go to Tim Hortons, go somewhere. But you don't choose because you're better than that, right? That's what the younger kids today think.
Yeah, but a job should also be one job should be enough, and all jobs should.
Okay, that's we're going offside because the life that's the way the economy is. Whatever, I don't have the answers for that. Otherwise, I would be like a very popular person to solve the issues of the world. But to not say that I can't get anything is a joke. When we were young in our 20s, we'd work every day, 8 hours a day in a factory. I remember whatever the fuck it was. The hustles on the side were extra. But you got your paycheck, you go on your vacation, you go out on Friday, and whatever a little bit of stuff you did to make some pocket change, that's up to you.
That's a little side hustle.
But again, but you still have your fucking reality check. Get off your ass.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Move.
It's not a scam, it's a hustle.
Life isn't a scam, bro. Life has got to move. This one buddy of mine, every day he goes to me, because this guy doesn't work. And he goes, now he's like 60. You know what he goes? He got a check from the government. True story. Every day, his objective was every day to kill time. Because he had nothing to do.
Okay.
So every day he'd go to the mall, wander Walmart, the places, come home, buy a banana or 2 bananas, kill the day. Or he'd join the gym, he'd go to the gym for 6 hours. Like go to the sauna, take a shower, like literally do fuck all. Killing the day. Imagine killing 30 years of your life. That was his plan. Don't even say nothing. But this is really bad because I remember one time he told me, he goes, when we were younger, he goes, I fucked the government. Now one time I told him again, 20 years later, I go, hey bro, I think the government fucked you. Because you became so dependent on that measly buck, because they don't give them that, whatever. You turned out to be a deadbeat, lazy.
If you don't bank anything, you're fucked.
Well, you just mentally, man, you got to do something. You just can't get up and jerk off, and even that don't get mental. You gotta have a get up and go do something.
add to the world.
Well, make add to yourself. Otherwise, what's the purpose?
Well, yeah, I think contribute, add, do something that adds value to whatever the universe, as opposed to just being a leech.
Well, that's the thing. My point is, okay, you watch too much Star Trek because they don't get, but my point is they don't, as a person, I don't know how you feel whole if you just get up and do nothing. I'm not saying you got to go hard work and break your ass working construction. Don't get me wrong, listeners, but I'm just saying, as a person, you should have something to do.
You should have something to do. You should find something that motivates you.
Well,
but
beats killing time all the whole day, every day for fucking 20 years.
Because when you look at when you're sitting on your deathbed and you're reflecting about your life and you tell somebody as you look in their eyes, going, yeah, I really did a lot of nothing in my life.
Yeah. What's that called when you write your memoirs? When the guy writes his memoirs. what's this going to be, a quarter
A lot
page?
of blank pages.
No, a quarter of a paragraph. Like,
Yeah.
I did this from the ages of 30 to this. I did. What did I do exactly?
30 to 65, I did nothing. Flip ahead to the last 2 pages. I'm now dying.
He should get one of
got
those.
nothing.
He should get a ghostwriter to write his story.
You literally.
Anyways,
No one there to write the story.
man, another good. I feel like it's another great episode as usual, Rymer. It's been a pleasure.
Julian, man, it's been a lot of fun. Again, listeners out there, share with us your idea of a hustler. What's a hustler? Who's a hustler? Are you a hustler?
Yeah.
And what's your hustle?
And I'm also to interrupt Rymer, I apologize. I'm also gonna post that DM I got about the guy hustling or asking, whatever. And that's about it, I guess. Have a great week, Rymer. Listeners, everybody be safe.
Producer
Pat, I appreciate your comments today. Today, you're okay. Anyways, guys, everybody have a good week. Talk to you next week. Julian,
Rymer.
we're out. My bad. I hate being stupid.